What's going on, everybody? You got the Raging Rob here. Yeah, I got the Raging Rob here. It's not that hot out tonight, so I'll probably not do the idle in my truck tonight. I've been idle in my truck for the last few days, but it's been freaking hot. The heat wave is pretty much over. Waiting on the arrival of I don't know if Oregon Thumb is gonna show up or not. I told him, where I was. We're tweeting back and forth, and I'm in the area. Maybe you come do a video together. Anyway, that's not what I'm doing this video about. I'm having more weird, dreams. Can't explain it. So I like to sometimes do videos on weird dreams that I have. I was told by a pastor when I was like a teenager. He told us sometimes God speaks to us through our dreams. Sometimes we have dreams and then something happens later on. It's like, oh my gosh, didn't I dream about this? So I mean, there's no explanation behind it. Sometimes it's God, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just weird. So there was a dream I had about a month before I went to the Philippines, where I was on this boat in the Philippines, and I got into a fight with these 3 Middle Eastern guys, and this was over a life vest that was on the boat. Well, about a month later, I went on vacation in the Philippines in real life, and I went on a boat ride. You've seen videos of my boat ride that I went on, right? Yeah, I posted it on my other channel. So anyway, well, on that boat ride, there was these 3 Middle Eastern guys in real life on the boat. And, I took my life vest off and put it on a boat because it was getting hot. And when we stopped the boat at a certain part of the island so we can go snorkeling. Snorkeling is, you go on deep and down in the water and see the fishies. Well, the one guy grabs my life vest by accident. Yeah, it was weird. It's freaky, I know. I dreamed about something a month prior, and it's like, oh my God, I dreamed about this, It's freaking weird. So that's just an example, but that's not what I want to talk about. The last, I want to say, about 4 or 5 days, I've been having this weird ass. I had 3 different dreams, and it's basically almost the same thing, and I can't even explain what the heck is going on. It's freaking weird. So anyway, this first dream, there was like 5 different scenes, and in the first scene, it was me, my brother, and I'm not gonna say this person's name, but a good friend of mine for many years. And we're at this girl's, not this girl's house, but this girl had an older brother. And we're at his house. And the girl wasn't in this scene, but she was in the next scene, I'll explain. And the older brother who owned the house, he wasn't in the scene. So anyway, we're at this guy's house, and there was this other guy there. I'm not gonna say his name, the name he mentioned in the dream. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't know who the guy was. I never seen him before, as far as I know. But the guy mentioned his name in a dream, but I'm not gonna say his name. The name he mentioned in the dream. But anyway, so this other guy, he was like a pothead junkie, stoner type junkie, and we were just chilling, and then it goes on to the next scene in this dream that I had. And in the next scene, this girl, she was a blonde, same girl. She didn't appear in the first scene, but it was her alleged older brother or whatever owned the house that we were at. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. But anyway, in the next scene, it was my brother and this blonde girl and my good friend, and we were walking to a nightclub. Like we were going to go on inside of a nightclub. And it was my good friend, I'm not going to say his name, and the girl was in the middle, and my brother was right here. And they weren't walking hand in hand or anything like that, but they're just walking into the club. And I was behind them. So before I can get to the club, this female police officer, shorter than me, blonde, grabs my hand and puts me under arrest. Takes me to the police station find out that I'm under arrest because I was walking the wrong way on a sidewalk. What the hell? I didn't understand it. So the next scene, there's 5 scenes in this dream. The next scene, I'm in court, my lawyer is next to me, and the judge dismisses the charge of walking the wrong way on the sidewalk because the cop forgot to read me my Miranda rights, and it was on her body cam there. And she forgot to read me my Miranda rights. Yeah. So here's the the 4th scene. Now this starts getting creepy. The 4th scene. I don't know what this is supposed to mean or not. So anyway, the 4th scene. Anyway, the 4th scene, I'm on this boat, similar to the kind of boats you find in the Philippines. So anyway, I'm on this boat, and we're at the dock, and there was other people on the boat, and it was nighttime, and there was a light on, like in the middle of the ceiling. There was a light on, and you could see, the people because the light was on. It was at dark time, probably 10 o'clock at night or something. I don't know exactly. So we were on this boat, and it was docked, and we're getting ready to take off. It was like a travel boat that a lot of people go on, like those boats you see in the Philippines. Yeah, sort of like that. Like the boat I was on in the Philippines, sort of like that. But it was nighttime. So anyway, there was a light on in the ceiling, so you could see the rest of the people. And here comes this girl, same girl from the 2nd scene, or the previous scene. We're at the club. Same girl, but this time she looks a little older, and she wasn't blonde. She had like dark hair. I can't explain it. It was dark hair, dark. I mean, you could tell it was the same girl, but she looked a little older. And as soon as she gets on the boat, she looks right at me and says, "Rob," and she says, "Rob, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you." Something like I haven't seen you in a long time, or something like that. And her face just lit up when she seen me, and we shook hands. And then it goes to the next scene. And this is where it starts getting creepy because it's the same thing in these 2 other dreams I had, basically. So in the next scene, I'm driving on this road, and my good friend is in the passenger seat. And we're on this 2-lane road. I don't know where it was, but we're on this 2-lane road, and there was like cornfields. We're in the middle of the freaking wherever. I don't know if it was Nebraska or where it was. I don't really know. Maybe it was Michigan. Wherever it was. But we're driving on this 2-lane road, and there was cornfields right next to us. There was nobody on the road. Just me and my good friend was sitting in the passenger seat. So anyway, his phone rings. And he answers it, and he's like, "Okay. Oh, really? Okay." Then he looks at me and says, "Rob." He looks at me and says, "Rob." And he mentions the girl's name, but it was like muffled out. I couldn't understand. I couldn't say what the girl's name was because it was like muffled out, so I couldn't tell. In the dream, it was muffled out. And then he says the other guy's name and he's like, "Yeah, so and so just broke up," meaning the girl and that pothead loser boyfriend she had from the 1st scene. So they just broke up. Whoever she was dating, they broke up. So, and I woke up after that. And then I think it was the next day or whatever, I took a nap and I had a dream similar. So this next dream that I had the next day, or maybe it was a couple days later, it's been freaking me out all week. I can't even explain it. So in this next dream, the 1st scene, there was 3 scenes in this dream. In the 1st scene, here we are again on this 2-lane road. My good friend sitting in the passenger seat. Cornfield, we're the only car on the road. Well, anyway, again, his phone rings. He picks it up. He's like, "Uh-huh." And this time he takes the phone and like gives it to me, and he looks at me and says, "She's back." So that scene ends, and it goes on to the next scene. And the next scene, I'm in this dark hallway, and there's a light on in the middle of the hallway where you can see me. Well, I mean, it's a little light where you can see me. And so anyway, it was like a pitch black in front of me, dark hallway, but there was a light on in the middle of the hallway. And anyway, well, here comes this girl again, the same girl from the previous dream, dressed all in black, black hair, same girl. And she looks at me and she's like, Rob, come follow me. So I start to follow her, and that scene cuts off. And then it goes to the next scene. And the next scene is, I couldn't explain it. I was walking on the interstate. You seen that one video by El Presador where he's walking on the interstate? It was similar to that. But I was walking in the opposite direction. I was walking, and the traffic was coming this way. So I was, and it was on the southbound side. I'm going to tell you why. It gets weirder. I'm going to tell you why it was on the southbound side. And I know what freeway it was. It was freaking weird. It was Interstate I-69 on the Michigan-Indiana state line. So anyway, I was walking northbound on the shoulder. Traffic's coming this way. So here comes this semi-truck. Black semi-truck. He's got an oil tanker. He's coming at me. I'm on the shoulder. He's in his right. He's in the right lane, and he blows his horn at me. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you blowing your horn at me? So I turned around to see what the hell he was honking at, and I look up, and there's this big sign that says, "Welcome to Indiana, Crossroads of America." I'm like, what the fuck? And then I woke up. It was fucking weird. I couldn't explain it. And this girl, she was a white girl. Just putting that out there. She was a white girl. So, I think it was like a day later or whatever. I think it was, as a matter of fact, I think it was last night. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was last night or night before. This is the third dream. And it starts getting weirder. I don't know why I keep having dreams about this girl, but I don't know. So anyway, the third dream, there was only 2 scenes. So I'm driving my semi-truck, and all of a sudden my semi-truck, I don't know, for whatever reason, it catches fire and it like blows up and burns with me in it. Burns to the ground. I get out, and I'm like, and I stand up, and I'm just dusting myself off like, what the heck, man? And I look behind me, and my semi-truck is burnt to the ground, melted to the ground. And I'm just dusting myself off. I'm like, what the hell? That's crazy. And I survived it. I didn't have a scratch on me. How did I walk away from that? A semi-truck burnt and blown up, burnt to the ground? I don't know. So as soon as I get out and dust myself off, I look up and there's this girl again. Third dream. Fourth day in a row. Same girl from the previous 2 dreams. This white girl, you know? And she's dressed in black again. And she comes up to me, and she hands her my hand, or she puts out her hand, and she says to me, "I want to help." So I grabbed her hand, and we started walking hand in hand. And as soon as we started walking, that scene cuts off. And the next scene, this is only 2 scenes in this dream, and the next scene, here we are again on this 2-lane road. Middle of the cornfield, just driving. My friend, again, in the passenger seat. His phone rings, again. He gets on his phone after it rings. He picks it up. Okay. And he hands me the phone. He's like, Rob, she wants to help. And then I wake up. God, it's just freaking crazy. I can't explain it. I don't know who this girl is, why she keeps coming up in my dreams. It's fucking weird. I can't explain it. So, comments below what you think. Is it God speaking to me, trying to tell me something? Is it just an illusion? I don't know. Turn off my light here. I got these guys over here in this truck and trailer. I don't know what they're doing. They got this motorhome out here. Well, not motorhome, but truck and trailer home, whatever. I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, I keep messing around. So anyway, comments below what you think. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I had a pastor many years ago say, hey, yeah, sometimes God speaks to us in our dreams. So, but it's crazy. I can't even explain. I can't make sense of what's going on. I can't make sense of why this is happening. Oh yeah, there was another. Yeah, I forgot to add the. There was a little bit more detail to the dream which is very significant. The one scene where I was walking away from the crash and hand in hand with this girl. I don't know who this girl was, but she keeps appearing in my dreams. But in the last 2 dreams. But anyway, when we were walking away, I look up at her and I ask her, "Who are you?" And she looks at me and she opens her mouth like she's about to say her name. But that's when that scene cuts off. And then the next scene is when me and my friend we're driving on this 2-lane road in the cornfields, and my friend, he's in the passenger seat, and his phone rings and he answers it, and he hands me the phone and says, "She wants to help." And I forgot to add that when my friend was handing me the phone, I look up at him and say, "Who is this?" And he once again says to me, "Well, she wants to help." So, but in the very first dream, my friend says her name, but it was muffled out. Like I'm not supposed to know who it was or something. I don't know. It was freaky. I can't explain it. He says to me, yeah, her and this guy that she was with, they broke up. So that I was in the first dream. But in the third dream, I asked who this person was, and so I asked my friend, "Who is she?" And he just says to me, "She wants to help," with trying to hand me the phone. So I don't know what to make of it. It's fucking weird as shit. I mean, it's fucking creepy. This is like the 3rd time I had this dream similar to this girl, and all 3 of these dreams, my friend is sitting in the passenger seat, and we're driving down this 2-lane road in the middle of a cornfield, and his phone rings, and when his phone rings, it's something else. I mean, it's fucking weird. I can't explain it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I don't know if God's trying to speak to me about something. I don't get it. I mean, it's just freaking weird. I don't know who this girl is. I don't know if I ever seen her before or not. And I remember her face. I from somewhere. I don't know if I seen her face before or not. That's what I'm trying to explain. I was trying to go on friends on Facebook, going through the friends list, trying to find out who this girl is, but it just to no avail. Couldn't pick it out. It's freaking creepy, and it's in the first dream. My friend says the girl's name, but it was muffled out. And in the third dream, I ask, "Who is she?" and he doesn't say who she is. And in the other scene, in the third dream, I ask, "Who are you?" and she was about to say her name, but it cuts off. So it's like, it's freaking weird. It's shit. I can't explain it. It's like I'm not supposed to know who this person is, if this person exists. I don't know. But in the first dream, she was, obviously younger, and she appeared to be a blonde. And then in the same dream, but a later scene, she appeared to be older, but she was no longer blonde. She had like black hair, but she was all just in black. So I don't know what it's supposed to mean. It doesn't. And the thing with the walking on the freeway and looking at the state sign, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It's all, I don't know if it's a puzzle I'm supposed to put together or something. I don't know. It's just fucking weird, and I can't get it off. Can't get it out of my head what it's supposed to mean. So maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just we have weird dreams. If any of you had weird dreams, we've all had weird dreams for some reason or another, and we just can't explain it, and we think, what the heck is that supposed to mean? So I don't know. Maybe it's God talking to me, trying to say something to me, but I really don't know what it is. It's just, I can't explain it. So if anybody can put some things down below, if what you think think it's supposed to mean, or why is my brother, my brother appears in a couple of scenes in the first dream, but not the other two dreams that I had. And my good friend of many years, I'm not going to say his name, but he appears in all three of the dreams. The one scene at the club, and then he's in the passenger seat of my vehicle, and each time it's fucking weird. And he's answering a phone, and then I can't make anything of it. So I don't know. I'm not going crazy. I mean, it's just, I hope I'm not going crazy. Yeah, I really can't make anything of it. I really can't. So I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I really don't. I mean, maybe it's not supposed to mean anything. So comments below what you think. Yeah, roast me. Say what you're gonna say. I'll keep the comment section open. Just give me your ideas, what you think. If my brother sees this, I don't know, because he appeared. My brother, you know who he is. He appeared in one of the dreams in a couple of scenes. The one scene where we're at the alleged older brother's house, and the other scene we're at the club where I get arrested. So freaking crazy. I don't know. Comment below what you think. That's it.